What if everything you have been taught about wealth is completely backward? What if going to school, getting a good job, saving diligently for 40 years, the path your parents, teachers, and financial advisors all preached, is actually the slowest possible route to financial freedom? Welcome to the Millionaire Fastlane by MJ DeMarco, where conventional financial wisdom gets turned on its head. I'm Mac, and in the next 30 minutes, I'll take you through DeMarco's revolutionary approach to wealth creation. This isn't just another get-rich book, it's a complete paradigm shift about how money works in the 21st century. DeMarco isn't selling fantasy. He's exposing the fantasy that working hard for 40 years, living frugally, and investing in mutual funds is your best path to wealth. Instead, he offers what he calls the Fastlane, a wealth acceleration strategy that can compress 40 years of wealth accumulation into just 10 or even 5. Whether you're stuck in a 9-to-5 job dreaming of something more, already running a business that's not delivering the freedom you expected, or simply tired of living paycheck to paycheck, this summary will challenge everything you think you know about building wealth. Ready to shift gears and accelerate your journey to financial freedom? Let's go! To understand the power behind DeMarco's message, you need to know his story. He wasn't born into wealth or blessed with special connections. Growing up in a lower middle-class family, he watched his mother struggle financially despite working hard and following conventional advice. The turning point came when, as a young man, DeMarco saw a Lamborghini Countach, his dream car, and asked its owner a simple question: "How can I afford a car like this?" The answer he received changed his life. Get rich, but not through the traditional path. DeMarco went on to build a limousine marketing company from his bedroom, starting with just a few $100s. He eventually sold it for millions, retiring in his 30s. But what's most remarkable isn't that he got rich. It's that he did it without investors, without a fancy degree, and without following the conventional playbook. He wrote the Millionaire Fastlane not as a get-rich-quick scheme, but as a wake-up call for those tired of the get-rich-slow mantra that dominates financial advice. This book isn't theory. It's his lived experience and the distillation of patterns he's observed in other self-made millionaires. As DeMarco puts it, if you want to get somewhere in 5 months instead of 50 years, you can't use the same roadmap. The 3 financial roads: Sidewalk, Slowlane, Fastlane. According to DeMarco, there are 3 distinct financial roads you can travel in life. Each road has its own rules, mindsets, and destinations. Understanding these roads is crucial because you can't reach your destination if you're on the wrong path. The Sidewalk. This is where most people find themselves living paycheck to paycheck with little to no financial plan. Sidewalkers live entirely in the present, spending money as quickly as it comes in. They might lease luxury cars they can't afford, rack up credit card debt for vacations, or blow their paychecks on the latest gadgets. The Sidewalk mentality is, you only live once, so enjoy today. The problem? This road leads to perpetual financial insecurity. Sidewalkers are one emergency away from disaster, often working until they physically can't anymore. Think of your friend who makes $80,000 a year, but still calls you to borrow money before payday. That's the Sidewalk. The Slow Lane. This is the conventional path most financial advisors recommend. Go to school, get a good job, save 10% of your income, max out your $400,000, cut coupons, and in 40 years, you might be wealthy enough to retire comfortably. The Slow Lane looks responsible on the surface. You'll have a decent job, some savings, and the appearance of financial stability. But there's a fundamental flaw. It trades your most precious asset, time, for money, and it does so at a terrible exchange rate. The math of the slow lane is brutal. Even saving 10% of a good salary and getting average market returns means you'll be old before you're truly wealthy. And that's assuming nothing goes wrong in those 40 years. No layoffs, no market crashes, no health emergencies. The fast lane. This is DeMarco's alternative. A path focused on building systems that generate wealth, rapidly and exponentially. Fastlaners don't trade time for money. Instead, they build businesses and assets that serve thousands or millions of people, creating value at scale. The fast lane isn't about finding a better job or getting a raise. It's about completely detaching your income from your time by building assets that work for you around the clock. A fastlaner might create software that solves a problem for thousands of users, build a business that can eventually run without them, or develop a product that generates passive royalties or licensing fees. So what's the key difference? Slow laners try to save their way to wealth. Fast laners build their way to wealth. As DeMarco says, you'll never get rich renting your life to someone else's system. The fast lane is about building your own system. The wealth equation: time plus value plus scale, freedom. To truly understand why the fast lane works, you need to understand what DeMarco calls the wealth equation. The traditional wealth equation looks like this. Wealth = job income x savings percentage, x time. This equation has severe limitations. Your job income is capped. There's only so much you can save. And time is finite. You only have so many productive years. The fast lane wealth equation is fundamentally different. Wealth = value, x scale, x time independence. Let's break this down. Value. This is your ability to solve problems and fulfill needs for others. The bigger the problem you solve, the more value you create and the more money you can make. Uber solved the problem of inefficient taxi systems. Airbnb solved the problem of expensive or unavailable hotel accommodations. Both created enormous value and generated billions in wealth. But value doesn't need to be revolutionary. A local plumber solves urgent problems. A consultant helps businesses overcome specific challenges. A YouTube channel might entertain or educate thousands of viewers. Scale. This is your ability to reach many people with your solution. The more people you can help, the more wealth you can create. A doctor who sees 20 patients a day is limited in scale, but a doctor who creates a health app that reaches millions has achieved scale. A restaurant with one location has limited scale. A franchise concept that can open thousands of locations has massive scale potential. Time independence. This is the crucial element that separates the fast lane from traditional careers. Your wealth-building system must be able to operate without your constant time input. A lawyer charges hourly and can only work so many hours. That's time dependence. A lawyer who creates a legal tech platform that automates routine legal work has achieved time independence. When you combine these three elements, creating real value, delivering it at scale, and doing so in a way that doesn't require your constant time input, you've built a wealth acceleration system. Think of it this way. The slow lane says, trade your time for money, save 10%, and compound it over 40 years. The fast lane says, build a system that creates value for thousands or millions of people, and wealth can compound in just a few years. One path takes decades. The other can take months or years. That's the fundamental difference. The 5 fast lane commandments. Now that you understand the fast lane philosophy, let's explore the 5 commandments that DeMarco says are essential for building a successful fast lane business. These aren't just principles. They're criteria you can use to evaluate any business opportunity. The commandment of need. The first rule of the fast lane is that your business must solve a real problem. It must address a genuine need, pain point, or desire. Many entrepreneurs fail because they create products or services that nobody actually wants. DeMarco himself succeeded because he identified a real problem in the limousine industry. Consumers had no easy way to compare prices and services across multiple limo companies. His website solved this problem, creating value for both consumers and limo businesses. Consider the difference between these two business ideas. Idea A: I love fitness, so I'm going to open yet another gym in a saturated market. Idea B: I've noticed that busy professionals struggle to fit workouts into their schedule, so I'm creating a mobile gym that comes to their workplace during lunch breaks. The second idea addresses a specific, unmet need. That's what the Fastlane demands. Ask yourself, does my business solve a real problem that people are willing to pay for? If not, you're building on sand. 2. The commandment of entry. The second commandment might seem counterintuitive. The more difficult your business is to enter, the better your chances of success. Many aspiring entrepreneurs flock to businesses with low barriers to entry: dropshipping, print-on-demand t-shirts, or becoming a social media influencer. The problem? When everyone can do it, everyone does do it, and the competition becomes brutal. Fastlane businesses often require what DeMarco calls sweat equity, significant upfront effort, specialized knowledge, or innovation that most people aren't willing to invest. Think about it this way: easy entry business, starting a general blog about lifestyle tips. Higher entry business, creating comprehensive software that helps restaurants manage inventory and reduce food waste. The second, business requires more upfront effort, technical knowledge, and industry understanding. But that difficulty protects you from the tsunami of competition that floods easy entry markets. Remember, if it's easy to do, the rewards will be slim. The commandment of control. Control is about owning your destiny rather than renting it. Many entrepreneurs build businesses on platforms they don't control. They're completely dependent on Amazon's marketplace, Instagram's algorithm, or Google's search rankings. When you build on rented land, your landlord can evict you at any moment. Countless businesses have been destroyed overnight by a simple algorithm change or platform policy shift. True Fastlane wealth comes with ownership and control. Own your customer relationships, not just access through a third party. Own your marketing channels, not just rented attention. Own your unique systems and processes, not just copying what everyone else does. Own your intellectual property, not just reselling others' products. DeMarco's limousine directory wasn't dependent. On another platform, he owned the website, the database, and the direct relationships with both consumers and limo companies. As he puts it, when you don't control your business controls you. 4. The commandment of scale. The fourth commandment addresses your business's ability to reach large numbers of people without a proportional increase in your time and effort. Ask yourself, can this business impact millions? Can it be expanded nationally or globally? Can it be systematized to run without me? Some businesses are inherently more scalable than others. Low scale potential. A local haircut service where you personally cut hair. High scale potential. A hair product company that can sell to millions of customers worldwide. Low scale potential. One-on-one coaching, where you trade hours for dollars. High scale potential. An online course that can be sold to thousands with no additional time investment. Most scalable assets in today's economy include software and apps, digital products, media, books, courses, podcasts, e-commerce with automated fulfillment, franchisable business systems, intellectual property that can be licensed. The key question is, can this business grow exponentially while my time investment grows only incrementally? Chat, the commandment of time. The final commandment is perhaps the most important. Your business must be able to function without your constant time input. If your business relies on you showing up every day to operate, you haven't built a Fastlane business. You've built a job. DeMarco distinguishes between two roles. Business owner builds systems that generate money 24/7. Self-employed creates a job for themselves, trading time for money. Real Fastlane businesses eventually detach from their founders. They continue generating wealth, whether the founder is working, sleeping, or on vacation. Amazon still makes money while Jeff Bezos is in space. Rowling earns royalties while she sleeps. That's the power of time decoupling. To achieve this, you must document your processes, hire and train capable team members, automate whatever can be automated, create systems that don't require your presence. DeMarco memorably puts it, if you can't walk away from your business for a month and have it thrive, you don't own a business, you own a job. These 5 commandments, need, entry, control, scale, and time, form the next framework for evaluating any business opportunity. When your business satisfies all 5, you're truly on the fast lane. The Fastlane mindset. Beyond the strategic framework, DeMarco emphasizes that the fast lane requires a complete mindset shift. This isn't just about tactics, it's about fundamentally changing how you think about money, risk, and value. Here are the key mindset differences between the slow lane and the fast lane. On money, slow laners see money as something to be conserved and stretched. How can I save an extra $100 this month? Safe. Fast laners see money as a tool for creating more money. How can I invest $100 to generate $1,000? On education, slow laners pursue education for credentials and job security. I need a degree to get hired. Fast laners pursue education for applicable skills and problem solving. I need to learn this to solve a specific problem. On risk, slow laners avoid risk at all costs. Better safe than sorry. Fast laners calculate and take intelligent risks. Better sorry than safe and regretful. On wealth creation, slow laners believe wealth comes from saving more of what you earn. Fast laners believe wealth comes from expanding income potential through systems. On time, slow laners trade time for money directly. Fast laners invest time up front to create assets that generate money indefinitely. Perhaps most importantly, the fast lane mindset doesn't chase money directly. As DeMarco explains, stop chasing money and start chasing needs. When you chase money, you attract scams and schemes. When you chase needs, you attract opportunity. This subtle distinction is powerful. Fast laners don't wake up thinking, how can I make money today? They ask, what problems can I solve at scale? Money is simply the byproduct of value creation. The greater the value you create for others, the greater your wealth potential. This explains why so many get rich quick. Schemes fail. They focus on extracting money rather than creating value. The fast lane is not about clever money tricks. It's about building businesses that serve real needs for real people. Execution over ideas. One of DeMarco's most emphatic points is that ideas are essentially worthless without execution. The world is full of idea people who never take action, constantly waiting for the perfect moment or the perfect plan. As he bluntly puts it, a good idea without action isn't worth a penny, but a mediocre idea with excellent execution can make you millions. This isn't just motivational talk. It's a crucial fast lane principle. Here's why execution trumps ideas every time. Good ideas are abundant. Thousands of people have had the idea for a better search engine, a ride-sharing app, or meal delivery service. Only those who executed well succeeded. The real value is in iteration. Most successful businesses look nothing like their original concept. Facebook began as a college directory. Netflix started by mailing DVDs. Amazon only sold books. It's through the execution process that truly valuable innovations emerge. Speed beats perfection. The entrepreneur who launches quickly and improves based on real feedback will outperform the perfectionist who's still tweaking their business plan. DeMarco recommends what he calls ready, fire, aim. Get something workable into the market quickly, then refine based on real customer feedback. This approach has several advantages. You learn what customers actually want, not what you think they want. You start generating revenue sooner, which funds improvements. You claim market position before competitors who are still planning. Consider two entrepreneurs. Entrepreneur A spends a year perfecting their product before launch. Entrepreneur B launches a good enough version in 2 months, then improves it based on customer feedback for the next 10 months. After a year, who will have the better product? Almost always, it's Entrepreneur B, because they've benefited from months of real-world feedback and iteration. The lesson is clear. Don't wait for perfect timing, perfect knowledge, or a perfect plan. Start now with what you have. As DeMarco Cantucci says, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. 8 common excuses that kill wealth. DeMarco is ruthless when it comes to excuses. He's heard them all and dismantles each one systematically in his book. Let's address the most common wealth-killing excuses. I don't have time. This is perhaps the most common excuse. DeMarco's response, we all have the same 24 hours. What you really mean is, it's not a priority. Successful fastlaners don't find time. They make time, often sacrificing entertainment, sleep, or leisure activities during the building phase of their businesses. Remember, the fast lane requires intense effort up front, precisely so you can have abundant time later. I don't have money to start. DeMarco started his multi-million-dollar business with just a few $100s. Many of today's largest companies started with minimal capital. What you need isn't money. It's resourcefulness and creativity. In fact, starting with limited funds can be an advantage, forcing you to be efficient and focused rather than throwing money at problems. I'm too young, old. Age is irrelevant in the fast lane. Colonel Sanders started Kentucky Fried Chicken in his 60s. Mark Zuckerberg launched Facebook as a teenager. The internet has democratized entrepreneurship across age groups. I don't have the right connections or education. In the digital age, knowledge is freely available and connections can be built. DeMarco had no special education or connections when he started, just determination and a willingness to learn. The economy is bad. DeMarco notes that economic downturns often create the best opportunities. Netflix, Airbnb, and Uber all launched during recessions. Bad economies expose needs and problems that need solving. The truth behind all these excuses is simple. They provide comfortable reasons to avoid the discomfort of action and potential failure. But as DeMarco puts it, excuses are the tools of the mediocre used to build monuments of nothingness. Conclusion: we've covered a lot of ground in this summary of the Millionaire Fastlane. Let's recap the key messages. There are 3 financial roads you can travel. The Sidewalk, living paycheck to paycheck with no plan. The Slowlane, the traditional 40-year plan of job, saving, and retirement. The Fastlane, building scalable systems that create wealth rapidly. The wealth equation that powers the fast lane combines 3 critical elements: creating real value by solving real problems, delivering that value at massive scale, building systems that operate independently of your time, and the 5 commandments that should guide your business decisions. Need: solve real problems, people will pay. For entry, choose harder paths with less competition. Control: own your business platform and destiny. Scale: build something that can reach millions. Time: Create systems that don't depend on your daily involvement. But perhaps the most important takeaway is this. The fast lane isn't just about making money. It's about creating freedom. Financial freedom, time freedom, and geographic freedom. DeMarco didn't write this book to help you get rich so you could buy fancy things. He wrote it to help you escape the prison of trading, your life away, hour by hour, for a paycheck that barely covers your needs. The fast lane isn't easy. If it were, everyone would take it. It requires courage to leave the well-worn path. It demands sacrifice of short-term pleasures for long-term freedom, and it calls for the willingness to fail publicly in pursuit of your goals. But as DeMarco asks, would you rather fail at something you love or succeed at something you hate? The choice is yours. You can continue down the slow lane, trading 5 days of freedom for 2 days of freedom every week for the next 40 years. Or you can shift gears, accelerate onto the fast lane, and build a life on your terms. The road is open. Start thinking like a producer, not just a consumer. Start solving problems, not just complaining about them. Start building assets, not just collecting paychecks. Your fast lane journey begins now.